Hi everyone, welcome to Diana's Table. Today I'm going to be starting a series of Korean style salad dressing. Salad dressing that you can use for different kinds of vegetables, meat-based, or even seafood-based salads. I usually make them all at once and keep them in the refrigerator, so it's easy to use whenever you need to make salad. So let's get started. First, we're going to be making salad dressing for very typical Korean vegetable salads. This is the kind of vegetables that salads that you see when you go to a Korean barbecue. And you can make it a lot at home and save it for up to 2 weeks. So let's get started with making the dressing. This is soy sauce. I'm using the low sodium soy sauce that we made several months ago. So I will do 3 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce and then 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, equal amount of vinegar. And again, what is my recipe without fish sauce? My favorite, right? So 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, 1 tablespoon of sugar. You can use honey instead. Gochugaru is a must, of course. So I'm going to be using 2 tablespoons of gochugaru. I'm using 2 tablespoons because my gochugaru is not really as spicy. But if your gochugaru is really quite hot and spicy, reduce it to 1. Mix it all together. And I'm going to add some fresh garlic and ginger just to make sure that it's easy to use. I take a big fresh garlic and just use be careful you don't hurt your finger. I just think maybe 2 cloves of fresh garlic would be enough. Just a little bit of fresh ginger. Mix it well. And you may want to taste it just to make sure that it tastes like, It should taste a little bit sour, sweet, and spicy. Portions that we use should be perfect. But of course you can add a little more salt or pepper later on, but we'll let it sit with any kind of dressing. Again, you let it sit for about 30 minutes before you use it. While it's sitting, I'm going to prepare the vegetables. I'm going to use the red onions because they're nice and sweet this time. Slice it very thin. I think maybe a quarter of an onion would be enough for this. Take maybe 5 or 6 sesame leaves. Cut it in half first. Get rid of the stem. And then just cut into little pieces. Then the baby chives that we used before, or in Korean it's called 영양부추. These are really nice and tender. So it's really great in salads. Maybe half a cucumber. I don't really need too much cucumber. I'm going to cut it in half first, slice it. Today I'm going to be using Korean sangchu or lettuce leaves. These are ones that I'm sure you're familiar with when you go to Korean barbecue. You can use romaine or you can even use iceberg lettuce. I highly recommend you to use romaine. We don't really have romaine lettuce right now in Korea, so I'm using the leafy ones. The leaves, you don't want to cut with a knife. You want to tear with your hand like this, right? That way it stays fresh and crunchy. So I think this should be enough. So the sauce has been sitting for about 30 minutes and it's become a little bit thicker, as you can see. And so I will add to the greens. You don't want to just pour all at once. Just pour, maybe take 2 spoons and see, mix it. And I really like to mix it with hand because it's easier that way. So it's really important to do it right before you serve it. I will plate it. It looks really good. Smells wonderful. Finally, you sprinkle some roasted sesame seeds. Voila, it's ready.